Fans of the 1997 adventure horror film Anaconda rejoice. Almost 30 years since the franchise started, we are getting another Anaconda film, but with a twist. 2025's Anaconda is an action comedy that follows the characters of Paul Rudd and Jack Black, who want to recapture their youth, so they travel to the Amazon to film an amateur remake of the film. Everything goes to plan until a real giant anaconda emerges, putting everyone's lives in danger. It's a meta-comedy reboot that combines the thrills of the original film, starring Jennifer Lopez and Ice Cube, with the comedic chops of Rudd and Black. It's a reboot about making a reboot. You can't get more Hollywood meta than that. It's always fun when you read a script, and there's some scene that is funny or I'm really excited about doing, and then you do it, and it's not how you imagined it. It's better, says Rudd. While the characters enter their own nightmare dealing with the snake, so do the real-life actors in preparation for scenes. Jack Black had to endure being gooped up before shots involving the snake. The snake goop is actually made of snake vomit and poop, but I've been told it's really good for the skin, jokes Black. The process looks quite unpleasant, and according to the actor, the smell is quite unpleasant and uncomfortable, but it's all done in the name of comedy and authenticity. Practical effects are important in Hollywood films, and allow for movie moments to feel more real than when productions use CGI. Of course, for the snakes in the film, CGI was used for the safety and security of the cast and crew. But as seen in the gooped moments, lots of practical effects were done to enhance the visuals and moments. In the original Anaconda, although CGI was a thing that existed, it was still a terribly expensive process, and so the production decided to combine practical animatronics and CGI together to make the snake come to life. The first original snake was about 40 feet long and weighed around 2.5 tons, while the second snake was around 25 feet long and weighed around 0.75 tons. The animatronics also constantly malfunctioned, according to O'Shea Jackson, original star Ice Cube's son, who was present on set during the shoot. But in 2025, we can see why the team opted for CGI to make sure the film was completed on time and did not have to endure animatronic issues. The entire film was shot on location in Queensland, Australia, enhancing Queensland's reputation as a global film hub for screen production. All thanks to Screen Queensland's production attraction strategy, Anaconda was able to use the Sunshine State's tropical locations to double for the lush Amazon rainforest. Queensland's global reputation as a leading screen destination continues to grow and deliver economic dividends right across the state, says Arts Minister John Paul Langbrook. The film is estimated to have added $40 million to the state's economy and created jobs for more than 300 screen practitioners, all hailing from the sunny Australian state. Other major Hollywood productions that have been shot in Queensland include Ron Howard's Eden, Apple TV's Monarch, Legacy of Monsters, and the popular Australian series Good Cop, Bad Cop. Backed by government support with state and federal incentives, the state benefits from having several highly skilled local crews and experts. There is an incentive that allows productions to help build the next generation of below-the-line crew through an attachment program. Anaconda alone had 4 trainee positions created in the camera and sound departments, as well as in the greens, a subcategory of the art department that is responsible for creating the Amazonian jungle. Sony Pictures President of Production Administration Andy Davis decided to take the film there, and director Tom Gormican, who co-wrote the screenplay with Kevin Etten, was immediately on board.
Action! Now, we need to find the snake for our snake movie. What was that noise?
Of course, having a giant anaconda, even if it's CGI, means that the film had a threatening vibe throughout, right? Well, not exactly. Thanks to Rudd and Black, both well-known comedy actors, the tone of the film took a more horror comedy angle, rather than a scary horror one like the original film. Rudd has stated that the script was very clever, and the meta angles were what appealed to him. He also happened to be a huge fan of Gormican's previous, very meta film, The Unbearable Weight of Massive Talent, which starred Nicolas Cage. The writer-director copied the same tone from that script, and Rudd says it feels like both movies live in the same world. Black echoes the same sentiment that Gormican and co-writer Etten brought the same meta-magic energy to the script and the production. The film's comedic tones were elevated with the casting of Steve Zahn, a well-known character actor recently seen in shows like The White Lotus, The Righteous Gemstones, and Chad Powers, who plays Kenny Trent, a friend of Rudd and Black's characters. Having a trio of comedic actors at the heart of the movie helped establish the right tone that Gormican and Etten wrote in their script. Having so many comedic actors on set meant that the set was always lively. Black says that it was so much fun to team up with Rudd, and that it was the main reason he wanted to do the movie. "I'm a huge fan of Paul's work. Dude is hilarious. And a sweet pea to boot," says Black. For Rudd, he's also expressed so much love and joy for his co-star, and was thrilled to join forces with the legendary comedic actor. "We've done a few little things in the past, and to get to really work together for months like this was fantastic," says Rudd. The cast also includes Zahn and Emmy winner designer Thandiwe Newton, Daniela Melchior, and Kelton Melo. Zahn reportedly couldn't stop cracking up at his funny co-stars and messed up multiple takes laughing at his co-stars, which he says was a dream job. Fans keeping up with the film's press tour already know that one iconic star from the original film is slithering back to their Anaconda roots with a cameo. On December 13th, 28 years after starring in the original film, Ice Cube showed up to the film's Los Angeles premiere, confirming his involvement in the project. "It's cool to do a cameo to kind of make it go full circle in a way," says the rapper-actor. When the team approached him to do the film and pitched him the meta concept idea, he immediately jumped at the opportunity, recognizing it as something unique. In the original, Ice Cube played cameraman Danny alongside Jennifer Lopez's documentarian Terry Flores, where their characters enter the Amazon in search of the legendary green anaconda that eventually terrorizes them. Cube's involvement adds an extra layer of authenticity to the project, connecting the new version directly to the original that started it all, while signaling that this reboot comes with the blessing of the original cast members, something that many reboots nowadays do not seek out. The original film was released in the spring of 1997, right before the blockbuster season started. The film went on to be a small sleeper hit, grossing about $137 million against its budget of $45 million.
If you want to catch an anaconda, we'll need the perfect bait. Someone with speed.
But the original Anaconda went on to become a cult classic with a direct-to-theater sequel and 2 more direct-to-video sequels that fans ate up. With this Anaconda, the filmmakers and Sony chose a Christmas Day release date, hoping to bank on holiday moviegoers having a unique option rather than the usual awards season films and family blockbusters that are known to occupy the calendar. With its unique comedic horror tone, similar to films like Zombieland or even Beetlejuice and Ghostbusters, Anaconda gives holiday moviegoers a different blockbuster to watch that is both unique and IP related. One scene we want to highlight and hope you look out for is a scene in the second act of the film with a boar that is tapped to Black's back.
Run away! He's right behind you!
The scene in question finds Rudd and his gang, including Zahn and Newton's Claire, in a dark moment where they find Doug, Black's character, dead in the jungle. After their initial shock goes away, they use their friend's body to lure the snake out of hiding by taping a dead boar to Doug's back, stuffing a dead squirrel in his mouth, and propping him up in an open field, only for them to realize Doug was just unconscious and not dead. The scene does such a good job at really conveying the tone of the film, showing some hilarious, gruesome, and icky practical effects combined with some strong dramatic tension, and of course the giant anaconda.
What the hell is on my back? It's a long story! Run!
Thanks for joining us behind the scenes. We hope you enjoyed getting a closer look at how Anaconda came to life, from the practical effects to shooting in Queensland and the cast chemistry, which included a surprise cameo from the original. If you like this kind of content, let us know in the comments, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell so you don't miss what's coming next for Collider Behind the Scenes.